Tom Landry is working on a new development on Pine Street. He's building 9 luxury condos there, but says if it wasn't for the city's inclusionary zoning rules, he might have built 30 apartments.
It's done just the opposite of introducing more housing and making more affordable housing.
Portland's inclusionary zoning ordinance states that for every development over 10 units, 25% have to be set aside as affordable housing, with the price based on the area median income. If a developer opts out, there's a $178,000 fine per unit. In Landry's case, a 30-unit building would have cost him $1.4 million in fines.
If I can only sell, for example, a condominium for potentially half of what I paid for it, well, that's something I'm just not going to be able to do.
City Councilor Kate Sykes says the goal of the ordinance is to incentivize more affordable housing.
The danger is that if we lose sight of the need to build affordable housing, that we could gentrify whole neighborhoods.
Sykes helped write the citizens' referendum known as the Green New Deal that introduced 25% inclusionary zoning in Portland. And since that ordinance passed in 2020, Portland has seen increases in the number of affordable units approved and built, with the exception of 2022.
I think we're already starting to see glimmers of the amount of equity that we can put into the housing market.
Sykes says the only issue with the ordinance is hotel development. Portland has inclusionary zoning laws for hotel developers too, but the fines are much less compared to housing. Earlier this month, Sykes led the charge on a 6-month hotel moratorium to curb development while the city looks to even out those fines.
What we're doing is essentially incentivizing hotels, not development of housing.
Since the new inclusionary zoning rules passed, the planning board has approved 10 housing projects subject to the rules compared to 12 hotel projects. But developers say that's not because hotel fines are too low, it's because housing fines are too high.
You can increase the fines on the development of hotels, and that very well might slow the development of hotels. That is not going to incentivize housing.
Of the 10 housing projects approved under inclusionary zoning, 2 have been built and at least 3 have been stalled or abandoned. President and CEO of the Portland Regional Chamber of Commerce, Quincy Hensel, says despite total housing approvals increasing in Portland year over year, most projects are working around the tax.
We are actually hurting ourselves by not finding ways to incentivize market rate housing to actually be developed and to come to market in Portland.
With budding views, there's a battle to change these zoning rules.
The Green New Deal is a disaster. It should be repealed completely.
Right now is not the time to decrease inclusionary zoning.
Because inclusionary zoning was approved by voters, the council can't amend it for 5 years. That deadline is approaching in 2025. In Portland, Anna Kuhn, CBS 13 News.